core values and some level of character will literally forever be the operating system that they go off of. And I feel like, man, God forbid something happened to me, I feel like they're good to go from this point forward, and that just gives me peace of mind.
You come across to me as a person who leads, like lead by example. Did you ever have a sit-down conversation with Chloe and Andrew of like, hey, this is how you discover your core values, or this is how we understand what they are and then how we operate, or do you just show them?
I got to give credit where credit is due on this one, so I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Ed Milet on this one. And Ed says that we learn more of the things that we learn are caught and not taught. And I believe that to be true. I think what you and I have done differently, and probably many men listening to this, like, look, I was molested when I was between the ages of 4 and 6. I was molested in Armenia many times by these 2 older boys. Now, historically or whatever, I'm supposed to grow up to either be a predator or, a druggy drunk to avoid and ignore the pain that caused me, or a protector. And I leaned towards being a protector and being a better person. My father, I love him to pieces, like I said, but he was never involved. He's like, hey, welcome to America, like, make it happen. I wanted to be more involved, right? Like, some of us just lean towards, I'm gonna do the opposite. We just, hey, parenting by doing the opposite, and it'll work. One of our project instructors, Matt Schneider, his mom has been married and divorced 8 times. He doesn't remember his biological dad. She's been married and divorced 8 times. He didn't know that was a big deal until one of his friends came to his room and was like, hey, Matt, why do all the different trophies have different last names on it? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, mine all have one last name. He's like, what? Right? And so you can imagine the trauma this dude had. But going back to the question of living and operating the opposite of how I was raised, and I think being so militant about it, and I probably was a little too extreme about it at times, I've rarely had to sit Andrew and Chloe down and be like, this is how you should live your life, or this is why we live the life the way we live. I can tell you that the 2 biggest factors were the woman that I chose to marry, my wife, Diana. We organically share the same core values, and then we lived it, our kids caught it, and I don't think they even thought twice that there might be any other set of core values. Now, truth be told, in high school, I was never popular. I was a foreigner kid in elementary school, junior high, high school, so I would have never started a movement of like getting my friends to quit smoking and being dependent on chemicals and hey, stop the pornography, etc. I just didn't have the confidence for that. But as I gained confidence and was able to then demonstrate confidence to my kids, kids now have confidence. So core value and confidence, learned, seen, experienced, they just run with it. I try, like, there's probably maybe 2 to 3 times I can remember sitting with them and saying right from wrong, or specific core values that we should discuss, but most of it, the lion's share of it, has been caught, not taught.